Hi there. For today's Ninja Art tip, I would like to give you a really simple way for making drawing or painting much easier. The idea is if you're looking at an object that you're going to paint, you need to simplify it in your mind. So you need to look at the really basic underlying shapes that you can see in the object and draw them first. So the tip is to delay putting in the detail for as long as possible. So that means you just start to get the basic. You can draw with spines and circles like I've shown you before in a previous tip, or you can just look for the basic shapes. Start to think about, junior school geometry and think about circles. Are there circles there? Are there squares there? Are there blocks there? Are there rectangles there? Is there any triangles there? And just start to draw those basic shapes down onto the paper or paint them onto the canvas. Get those really blocky, simplest shapes down first and follow with the details later. You've got to get the basic shapes right first and leave the detail for as long as possible. Too many beginners I see, including myself, I used to do this, get all carried away with drawing the detail in one little tiny part of the drawing. And then as you go through the drawing, you find out at the very end of it that the shapes are the sort of sizes and proportions. The proportions might be a little bit out and the whole drawing looks really wonky as a result. So it's very difficult to change a drawing that's had a lot of detail put into it, because it might make you cry to have to erase too much of all that detail you spent doing. And same with painting. If you've painted a whole pile of beautiful detail and the underlying shapes and sizes are wrong, it's a very sad moment when you have to paint over all of that or wipe it all off the canvas if you're using oils. So that's the tip, is to delay the detail for as long as possible. I'll show you visually what I'm talking about. We've talked already about getting objects down, sort of living objects, drawn by putting in spines and circles. That's the whole idea. If you can get the angle of the spine of the pear right, like you can do that by measuring the subject that you're looking at, putting it onto the paper, getting the angle right, then getting the underlying fat areas of the object as really simple shapes drawn in, then you'll get the impression of the object and you'll see straight away whether the sizes are right or they're wrong, and you can adjust that really simply. You can adjust that a lot more simply than if you've got a completely finished work with all the detail and all the shading and the shadows and everything else, and then you suddenly discover that the shapes are a bit out of whack. So delay putting in the detail for as long as possible. That's the tip. You've really got to just kind of resist the idea of putting that detail in too soon. Keep the shapes really simple geometric shapes, and it's a lot easier to do the drawing work. So it's same with painting. So don't forget to join us over at the dojo for more video tips, and join us on YouTube as well. We've got a channel that you can subscribe to and make sure that you don't miss any of the daily video tips. And please like, share, subscribe. That will help Facebook to share it with other people as well. Thanks for watching.